And this is a question for you, Linda, and then for the group. Is it always easy to be yourself?
For me, it's not always easy to be myself because I've spent so much of my life being somebody else. When I started doing what was necessary to use, man, I had moments where I would stand and just cry because I'm like, oh my God, how did I end up in here? Okay, I like pink. Can you pass the paper up here?
I've been coming to Green Door since February. I was connected while I was incarcerated. As I learned that I suffer from major depression. I also have substance use disorder. So instead of going back to what I normally would go back to, I decided to get some help. And Green Door is one of the best places to be connected to as far as mental health is concerned.
I know, but I didn't turn my paper.
You have to.
I always usually do it. You're sitting there. Me.
John Brown, I have you in room right next door, Mr. Rodney. So what I want us to do is you have a piece of paper in front of you. I want you to depict on that paper your definition of a mental disorder, okay? Feel free to stand up. Let's come see what you need. If you need a few minutes to sit and think about it too, think about it for a bit, okay?
I come from a very abusive home as a kid.
Lori, where you sitting at?
My mother was a single parent for a while. I, unfortunately, am the product of rape.
Oh.
I never felt very wanted once I found that piece of information out. My addiction started at the age of 17. I met a guy who told me that he loved me, and I believed it, and then found out that somebody had started him smoking crack, and I said, well, if you can do it, I can do it too, thinking that that would make a difference, but it didn't. So he ended up teaching me how to use. I went to prison for the first time in 1992. When I came home, my relationship with my mom still wasn't good, so I ended up back out in the street. I actually met a guy 15 years older than me. He was a drug dealer. And for the next 10 years, I was in that relationship. It was abusive, it was depressing. On the outside, I had everything. My kids didn't want for nothing. I could do things for my mom that I couldn't do before. I lied to everybody about the relationship, but I was getting more and more lost in my addiction.
This is a way for us to express ourselves in a different way than with words, but just know that some things you may not be able to express with words too.
This was difficult.
Yeah, it was hard. Tell us about it.
Because it created a lot of emotion. But mine is just like a bomb at Hiroshima.
Exactly.
The red is anger, and my mind I'd be all over the place. Detached, self-destruction, fear.
You say that happened when what?
The last time I went to prison, I was tired. December 2010, I was reincarcerated with 5 new charges and a parole violation and a probation violation. So I was looking at a lot of time. So I decided to do something different. I went into treatment. I had to deal with a lot of trauma. I had to talk about some things that I was uncomfortable with. I had to really take a look at what I looked like being a prostitute. And that was sad. I cried a lot. But I was able to get through it. I graduated my program. I was still incarcerated. I connected myself to a treatment program so that I can continue to work on my recovery. In January 13th, I'll have 3 years clean. I'm happy, I have my family, I have a lot of friends and a lot of support. I never thought that I would make it this far. So I never seen myself where I am now. If you'd have told me this about 4 years ago, I'd have said, okay, you're right, you keep dreaming. I love being here because I've never been in a place where I can come in the morning and everybody's, good morning, Linda. I'm like, good morning, everybody. I mean, it feels good to be somewhere where people love to see me coming. I mean, I wish my life could have gone a different way, but I know that God will use me to bless and help other people. So that's what I look forward to, being able to help other people. Not have to go through as much as I did or end up in the place that I did. Anybody who uses drugs, we need to do something different. But if you don't want to, it's not going to happen. And when you have a desire to, things start to happen. Doors open, things change, but you have to have patience. You have to be open-minded, you have to be honest, and you have to be willing. That is the foundation of recovery.